Hello, everyone. Hello. We're waiting for Dr. Sandhya to join in. Please stay tuned till Dr. Sandhya joins in. Good morning, everyone. On a Sunday morning, you people have joined. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know why there is something. Dr. Sandhya is not able to join. We'll just check again. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Yes. Hi, Dr. Sandhya. I think if you have got my request, please do join. Sure. Yeah. I'm accepting, but I don't know what's wrong. God. There is some problem. I don't know why. Good morning, everyone. Please stay tuned until. Yes,
Hi,
here, Dr. Sandhya is here. Hi, hi.
we are here.
Hi. How are you, doctor?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you for joining with us on a Sunday morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Yeah. So we'll wait, I think, for few people to join in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm so happy to have you today. And I also think that we have so much similarities with us.
That's true.
Yeah, we both are graduated from SDM, but
Oh,
definitely different
you're from
colleges.
SDM? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
from
All right.
Ujjire.
Ujjire. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, and also we've started our own clinic, our own practice. Yeah,
You're a first generation
yeah.
Vaidya? You're a first generation
Yes, yes.
doctor like me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. So for people who are not aware of Dr. Sandhya, I'll tell you she's an Ayurvedic practitioner. She's completed her BAMS and also MD. She's a gold medalist. And I'm following her since a while and I'm seeing her content. That content seems very genuine. And today we have so much myths around Ayurveda. People don't even know it is a myth, right? They
Yeah.
have so many things they are falling for. Because in the name of Ayurveda, I just saw even a chewing gum says that it is an Ayurvedic
Yeah.
product.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. It's crazy
just
out there.
because they have added some herb, they tell it is Ayurveda.
Correct.
So let our viewers know what real Ayurveda is and the common practices which they are following. Is it actually an Ayurvedic practice or not? Regarding all of these questions, we will have a discussion today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
do.
I think people who are joined also, you can just ask few questions.
We'll take it up at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end we will take up questions. We'll start discussing so that if people also relate to the same topic or they have some other doubts, they can ask during the session.
Yes.
Yes. So let us begin today's session. So I'll start off with let Dr. Sandhya start with what she thinks about Ayurveda and let her give an idea about Ayurveda for all the people who have joined.
Okay. Okay. See, Ayurveda is one thing I want to tell. It's the science of life. Yes, Ayurveda is traditional to India. It was born in India, but it's not just a tradition or not just a home remedy or not just herbs. It's a science of life. It's a proper science, I would tell, where they have written about the healthy and the diseased, where there is a measurement, where there is a proper a disease mentions, healthy persons mentioned, like a dinacharya, like a day routine, night routine, seasonal routine for the healthy and for the unhealthy. And of course the diseases are mentioned in so much of detail with respect to what's the causative factor, how is this pathogenesis of a disease, what are the medications, and what are the treatment principles, like the treatment principles, and what are the complications of a disease. And they're all separately mentioned. People think that Ayurveda doesn't have branches, so we do have branches. 8 branches of Ayurveda has been mentioned with sub branches. So it's a proper, like a science, just like how you do an MBBS degree, we also have a BMS degree. People don't even know that Ayurveda and naturopathy are different.
Yes, exactly. They
Yeah,
still
yeah.
consider me to be
Yeah,
Ayurveda
yeah.
doctor, and yeah.
Yeah, people do ask me, can I go on that naturopathy cleanse for,
Yeah.
all of these. So I'll have to mention that both are separate branches, both have different principles, and each, science has a different set of principles which upon which is it is based on. So in short, I would tell Ayurveda is a science of life. It has both the knowledge of the healthy and the diseased mentioned in details. It's not just about herbs, or not just about one herb for a disease and so on
Yeah,
and so forth.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. It is the science of life, like how to live a
correct,
life, how to have a lifestyle, routine. Everything is mentioned. Like I'm connected to yoga. So yoga is also similar, right? It is giving you how to live your life. It is
correct,
not only about the physical body, it is so much about our mental aspect, even the spiritual aspect.
correct,
So as we study this definition of health, it is everything together: physical, mental, social well-being.
correct.
So Ayurveda speaks about all of the aspects. And when we see about modern medicine or allopathy, what happens is that is for the person who is diseased,
Disease,
right?
correct,
That is not for a healthy person. But
correct,
when it comes to Ayurveda, it is for even a healthy person to follow a
correct.
routine. Yeah.
Correct. So for the main two aspects, what is covered in Ayurveda is how to preserve the health of a healthy individual and how to cure a diseased person. The first primary importance is always given to maintaining, like the preserving the health of an individual. So prevention is better than cure is a
Yes.
statement like what Ayurveda is really followed very well.
Yes, exactly. So as she said, naturopathy and Ayurveda are different, but I can relate with this because she said this prevention is
Yeah,
better than cure, and also naturopathy believes in it, and both of them are holistic sciences.
science.
Like
Yeah,
when a person comes to us with some disease, we consider all other aspects. Is he mentally well? What are the stress levels? And we just don't see like you have this pain, so we
we
give
give
medicine to that pain. No, we
medicine.
see
Yeah,
all the aspects of it.
yeah,
That's why it becomes so individualized. When you
correct.
see those reels when they say take this herb in the morning for curing that
It's
it doesn't work like
so
that.
much more than that. It's so
Yes.
much more than that. And that's why I also put out very limited content. I don't, just to increase my numbers, I don't put content out every
Yeah,
day,
yeah. Yeah,
because it's
because it
very
is
easy
very
to do content
individualized.
like, yeah, yeah. It's very easy to do content like that.
Yeah, yeah,
People don't
exactly.
realize it.
Yes,
And like something to put out to a general public, it has to be general. Like
exactly.
individual information cannot be put out in reels.
Yeah,
So
when
that's
we
why
talk about
I do very
disease,
limited content.
yes,
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
talk about disease and we can't make content like to cure this disease, these are the things you should do because for every individual it
It's
changes.
different. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
For two people having the same disease, the herbs might be different, the treatment principles might be different, the protocol might be different, the diet may be different.
Yes, exactly. So talking about this, like there are common practices like people believe adding few herbs or
Hmm.
making a kadha and drinking every day is very healthy. Some remedies are shown for weight loss, for heart disease, for many things.
Yeah, yeah.
I see so much on the internet. I'm sure you would have
Yeah,
seen much more.
yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
what is your view about it?
Yeah, first of all, I would tell if there's a reel which says 5 herbs for heart, this one. For a heart disease? What condition of a heart? Because there are 100 conditions when it comes to a heart disease. There are 100 conditions when it comes to kidney stones, different types of kidney stones, different locations of kidney stones. So based on this, and a doctor will give you an information on how to treat it. Okay, so definitely this kind of a subtle kind of an information, definitely people have to consider. Say, for example, if I tell this herb is good for kidney stones, what type of kidney stone? Where is the kidney stone located? Like, what is the size of the kidney stone? Can it really be flushed out just by taking liquids or some herb? So
Exactly.
these kind of information, I want people to realize that
Yes, yes.
this is something very important to consider before just indulging in a herb or a kada. Definitely having like some kadas like which your grandmom passes on, or is something there in your family, do it, because we cannot it's not ideal to just take a pill for a disease, for a symptom. Okay, so it's very important to know when to consult a
Yes.
doctor, know when to go to an Ayurvedic or a naturopath. When remedy is not working, so that's when they have to go and consult a doctor. So this kind of information, I think people should be really aware of. And just the blind herbs for a certain disease doesn't work. We have to know the exact condition of the disease and the stage of the disease the patient in, and then prescribe the whole lot of diet, lifestyle, and
Yeah, yeah.
herbal
One
things. Yeah.
single ingredient
Correct.
cannot cure the
Correct.
disease as well. There are many aspects to it. It
Yeah,
may
yeah.
be the lifestyle, the stress
Correct.
part, or whatever.
Correct.
Uh,
For example, I just saw this reel, I think, before before this live, like this dhania pani for hypothyroid. It's a
yeah,
very
yeah.
popular. This one, like only dhania herb, dhania water will not help to cure hypothyroid. It may be
Exactly.
one of a practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Like sleeping early and waking up early is also good. Is also good for
Yes.
hypothyroid.
Huh.
The whole lot. Just one kada or one decoction or one herb will not magically cure
Yeah,
your entire disease.
yeah, exactly. And what is your view on drinking ashgod juice or any beetroot juice or
Yeah,
whatever every day?
yeah. So raw vegetable juice and raw smoothies are all the trend now. I think every patient of mine comes and asks me, whether they can take it or not. See, juice preparation comes under the category of swarasa. Swarasa is extracting a juice from a fruit, herb, or vegetable. And the acharyas in our textbook, and from our Charaka Samhita, from our different samhitas, have mentioned the dosage of a juice or
Okay.
whatever to be taken is just 50 ml.
Oh, okay.
Just 50 ml, and with a pinch of pepper or salt. And conditions also have been told, you can have swarasa only in certain conditions: when your appetite or when your agni is very good, when your digestive system is very good, you can have a juice, and that too only 50 ml, and that too not every day, not in every season.
Okay.
Like in winters, you have to avoid juice preparations. You can go for decoction or
Mm.
infusions.
Mm.
So this blindly taking these juices of karela, ashgod, these are all very bitter vegetables also. Initially you will feel good,
Yeah.
2 or 3 days or a week or 15 days you might feel good. Then they will lead to problems like constipation. Like if you're taking ashgod juice every day in winters like this, you will end up with a running nose or a sinusitis.
Yes,
So
yes.
this kind of a misinformation, it's very important to know when not to take a
Yeah,
herb or
exactly.
this one.
Like we just blindly follow from the reel, like telling about juices. They just say the benefits of the
Correct,
vegetable,
correct.
but how much
How
dosage
much
to be taken, that is not.
dosage and when not to take information is also very
Yes,
important, that we see on
yes.
our clinical practice. And that clinical practice, whether this person giving this information or this reel, whether this person has it or not, I think the consumer, the person on the other end of the reel has to be aware of.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And they just mention this is an Ayurvedic practice, an
Yeah, yeah,
Ayurvedic
it's not
drink.
an Ayurvedic practice. Juicing is not an Ayurvedic practice. I'm sure it's not naturopathy practice also.
Yes, yes.
Uh, so this kind of a juice intake of different vegetables or different fruits is not
Yes.
ideal. It's not
And
ideal at all.
also, like consuming raw vegetables is also not a thing in
Not a healthy
Ayurveda,
practice. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Everything should be warm. The first rule of Ayurveda for any type of food is Ushnam Ashniyat, which means you have to eat it or drink it warm.
Yeah.
Ushnam Ashniyat and Snigdham Ashniyat. Snigdham Ashniyat is the whatever food you're consuming should have a small amount of good fat in it. So
Okay.
these are the two basic principles of Ayurveda.
Yeah, and I tell people like when you drink a lot of vegetable juices, what happens is high in oxalates also,
Yeah, a lot of
and
anti-nutrients in it.
yeah, they end up with kidney stones, and they'll blame that Ayurveda is
Yeah.
causing kidney liver damages and
Correct,
everything.
correct, exactly. So, raw vegetables or raw salads have a lot of anti-nutrients in them. So it's
Hmm.
very wise to just steam them or cook them and have it.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's clear that you should not have juices. It is not necessary you juice every day. You just eat different kinds of food which are
Vegetables,
you,
yeah.
yeah, whatever is seasonal. Like whatever is seasonal, if you keep eating, you'll definitely change also. So
Correct,
I think Ayurveda also mentions about that seasonal food and everything, right?
correct.
As you said,
Yeah.
Rutucharya is there.
Yes,
According to the seasons, you have to change the routine and
correct.
everything.
According to the seasons, you have to change your daily practices and your daily food intake.
Hmm.
Now that everything is available in all the seasons, so we have to be a little
Yeah.
more careful in choosing
Yeah,
the fruits and
exactly.
vegetables and the grains. Yeah.
And also, there is no requirement, as she said, there is no requirement of taking any spice or herbs. If you are drinking it traditionally,
Yeah,
just for
especially in Indian food, I'll tell you why this blind copying of blind drinking of juices and decoctions came. It mainly came from the West
yeah,
because their type of cooking does not involve spices or
yes,
having,
exactly.
cooking food. They eat a lot of raw salads in the name of fiber because their main food doesn't have
Yeah,
fiber
yeah.
in it. It's a lot of bagels and bread and toast
Hmm.
and coffee and pizza and all of that. So they don't have their fiber in their actual food. So that's why they end up eating a lot of raw leaves for fiber. And that is what got propagated in Asian countries also.
Yeah.
But we have to realize that our cooking involves a lot of fiber already, lot, and we do put our turmeric, our black pepper,
Yes.
ajwain, ginger, all in our food, and that is enough.
Yes.
Because spices, the dosage of spices is just 1 or 2
Yeah.
grams per day, not more than that. More, if you take more than that, then it's going to cause problems to the body. The body tends to get overheated. So this kind of blind copying from the West is what we did. That is why this has resulted in so much of misinformation about all these decoctions and having these turmeric pills. I don't know why turmeric pills are available in India when every household
Exactly.
of India puts turmeric in their food, and that's enough.
And
So they,
also, these are like
yeah,
medicines. They are going to damage your liver, just like your people consider like paracetamol or taking painkillers will damage their liver or kidney, but they
no,
don't think that this can also
yes,
damage.
turmeric, if it's consumed in excess for a long time, can result in liver damage, in piles, constipation, bleeding piles, lot of
Yes,
complications, because we already have such herbs and spices in our food, and
yes.
that's enough. This feeling of that is not enough, and we have to take extra. This all comes from our colonial kind of mindset. That is what I tell.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there is a common thing about ashwagandha.
Hmm.
Like
Mhm.
many people take ashwagandha. What are your views on it?
Yeah, ashwagandha is a rasayana. Rasayana, there are in herbs or also there are classifications. And rasayana, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
See, ashwagandha is a rasayana kind of herb. In herbs or also there are different kinds of classification.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ashwagandha is a type of a rasayana herb. Rasayana herb is like a rejuvenating herb, and it has to be taken when your gut can absorb it. There are many conditions, when your gut is inflamed, you cannot take such potent, heavy to digest herbs. So you have to make sure that your gut is not inflamed, and your gut is able to absorb it. And then ashwagandha is prescribed by doctors, by
Okay.
Ayurvedic doctors. Now again, it's come from this trend, Western trend, where you're having ashwagandha like pills, and you're doing your moon milks, and there's ashwagandha cookies also apparently in the market.
Yeah.
This all comes again from the Western idea, and that they found that something was good, and then they propagated it, and it became a trend even in here in India. But actually, ashwagandha cannot be taken like that, especially without a proper, Vaidya's prescription, because it has side effects.
Yeah,
There
definitely.
are people who have taken ashwagandha and sarpagandha. Sarpagandha is also one another famous herb for hypertension, and ended up in depression. I've
Okay.
had
That is
such
severe. Yeah.
patients who come to me. Yeah, ashwagandha is for depression and anxiety, but if you take it unmonitored, without the proper dosage and without the proper adjuvant for it, then it's going to cause more problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are two extremes. Like some people are like, you should never touch allopathy medicines.
yeah,
So we are taking only Ayurvedic
uh,
medicines. I don't want side
yeah,
effects.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is like two
Two
extremes. Or some tell
extremes.
that
Yeah.
this Ayurveda is fake, so I just take allopathy.
Correct. No, exactly. Both the extremes are wrong, because each system of medicine has, the positives and the negatives. And I am not against allopathy. I'm not against
Exactly.
naturopathy. I'm not against homeopathy. Each system of medicine has its own benefits,
Yeah.
and weakness. And probably the public is not aware of this. Which disease, which system of medicine is best. I feel, the next set of, I mean, us generation doctors, we have to
Exactly. Yeah.
make awareness about this in the public,
Yes.
so that they are well equipped to take decisions about their
Yes.
health.
When we can't deal with that case, it's like we
Correct.
have to be clear about it that this is not what I am
Yeah,
good at. So
I'm
you
good
can
at, and
consult
refer
doctor.
them. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Even allopathic doctors have to start doing that, I
Yes,
feel.
and
No,
I
that
see lot of other stream doctors like defaming Ayurveda or naturopathy or
correct.
all of that. When we don't speak about their system, we cannot speak because we have not understood to the depth of what they
What
have.
they are practicing exactly. So even they
So
don't know the depth of Ayurveda or depth of how we practice. So I would tell, as an individual, you think for the betterment of the patient. You think for the
exactly.
betterment of, okay, this patient can actually get benefit in Ayurveda or allopathy, and send them there. So I've
Yeah,
had patients who come with like fibroid and endometriosis of 10, 11, 12 centimeter. I was like, I cannot treat it. Let me just refer it.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
after surgery, I'll take care of you,
Hmm.
so that this does not recur. So such kind of decisions every doctor has to take.
Yes,
See
yes.
what you can treat and refer
And
which you cannot
we
do.
have so many health issues in India right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like we are leading in diabetes, obesity, all of that. So every healthcare practitioner had their own role to play
Yeah,
because
exactly. Yeah, India is becoming a hub of many diseases and many
yeah,
lifestyle diseases, many autoimmune diseases. So every doctor will have a set of audience
yes,
for him, just because
exactly.
the I mean, if I am referring to another doctor, it does not mean that I am losing patients. I think every
Exactly. Yeah.
doctor has to take care
Mm.
of this aspect and treat only what they can according to their experience, and
Yeah.
refer patients
Yes.
who, I mean,
We
who
should
cannot
make
be treated.
sure for the patient's
Yeah, yeah.
betterment at
At
the
the
end.
end of the day, you have to take care of the patient,
Yes.
and patient's betterment and patient getting better is the
Yeah.
ultimate, you know,
Yes. Yes. And
ultimate
apart from
concern.
ashwagandha, there is another like Shilajit.
Shilajit, yeah, yeah. It's advised by gym trainers also nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Because Shilajit is such a powerful herb. I prescribe it to 2, 3 patients a month. I
Mm.
see so many patients a month, but I see, okay, this person can take Shilajit. That kind of a decision, I just feel for only 2 or 3 patients, not more. So Shilajit is a very powerful herb. Again, it's a rasayana herb where it is
Mm.
taken at the end of a treatment,
Mm.
after the
Mm.
gut cleanse and after the inflammation is gone down. Shilajit is
Okay.
taken,
Mm.
and it has to be taken care. It has to be taken with milk or ghee,
Okay.
because it's so heating. You need something to counterbalance the heat. Otherwise, again, you'll end up with kidney liver damages, or muscle damage, or the most common is that heat,
Mm.
basically, gastritis and piles and all of that.
Yeah.
So Shilajit again has to be taken only with the Vaidya's prescription, I would tell. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like the thing is, people consider like it as like a multivitamin.
Yeah,
They
it's
tell that
not a
I don't want to
multivitamin.
take all these capsules, so I'm taking herbs.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
see
yeah.
themselves, they feel proud
Proud
to
of
say
that.
about that, but actually it is going to damage you if you take it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
If you're not taking herbs under a prescription and only for a certain time. So even if a like doctor also gives a prescription for a month, it's only for a month, guys. It's not more
Yes,
than that.
yes, yes.
So yeah, yeah.
They think
So
that
the
yeah,
duration of
doctor has
the
prescribed.
medicine, this one is also important. Correct.
Yes, how much you take also is important. Following doctor's advice.
Correct.
And the problem, one more problem is also I've seen Ayurvedic doctors who just tell remedies like this. As you said, when you make content, you should be very conscious what you're giving to the audience.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
tell you can treat a disease with single herb or single
Yeah, yeah.
ingredient. Yeah.
You can't even tell, I can cure this disease. I always tell, if someone asks me, like someone asks me, can rheumatoid arthritis get cured with Ayurveda? I
Yeah.
always tell I'll never tell yes or no. It depends on the patient. It depends on the stage of the
Yeah. Yeah.
rheumatoid arthritis. It
Hmm.
depends on how much steroids or how much previous allopathic medications the person has taken. So everything depends on a lot of factors.
Yeah,
Only
exactly.
after careful consideration, after talking to the patient, at the end of the first consultation, I'll tell, okay, this is possible or not possible.
Hmm.
That is that is the responsibility, moral and ethical responsibility of a doctor, what he or
Exactly.
she should consider.
Yes, yes. When
Just telling yes
patients
or
come,
no, yeah,
yeah,
just telling yes or no is very
exactly.
dangerous. And
Patients
also that's
come
what
giving
people
me
want
guarantee.
also.
We can't give guarantee for
Yeah,
anything.
we can't give guarantee to any disease, even if it's a simple PCOD or hypothyroid.
Yes,
Yes, come to me, talk to me first, let me assess you, and then I'll tell whether it's curable or not.
yes, yes, exactly. And also this Triphala taking for constipation, like people consume it like every day. Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
fine?
No,
Triphala?
no. See, again, Triphala is a drying herb.
Hmm.
So if you take it every day, that will result in more constipation.
Okay.
And Triphala is just not for constipation. Triphala has some 100 benefits, I think.
Hmm.
Depends on the dose and how you give it.
Okay.
And in what form you give it. Triphala powder, Triphala decoction, Triphala infusion,
Hmm.
Triphala grita. So there,
Hmm.
Triphala can be used in multiple forms and
Yeah.
multiple dosage and multiple forms of, prescription. And it's good for eye health, it's good for liver, it's good for hair. So there are a lot of other benefits of Triphala other than for constipation.
Hmm.
But Triphala should not be taken for constipation at all. Maybe 1 day, 2 day, not more than that, not more than a week.
Hmm. There are other few common arguments like drinking water between the meals or before, after. What is
Yeah.
according to Ayurveda?
Okay. As such a simple topic, I feel it's unnecessarily a controversy in the social media. So actually, what Ayurveda has told, this is in Ashtanga Hridaya. If you take water just before a meal, it will lead to weight loss, and if you gulp water after a meal, it will lead to weight gain. So the ideal way of drinking water without affecting the digestion is sips of warm water in between a meal whenever you feel it's dry.
Yeah.
Sips of water. So even in all Asian cultures like Korean or Japanese, they give 50 ml
Warm
of
soup or
a
something.
tea, actually, like a herbal tea, like a jasmine tea or like a green tea, to sip in between the meals, so
Hmm.
that it aids the warm herbal tea or the warm water can aid digestion.
Okay.
So this kind of a practice is correct.
Hmm.
So if you want to drink water before or after a meal, it has to be 20-30 minutes before or after a
Yeah.
meal, so that the digestion is not hampered.
Okay. But otherwise, just sipping water in between that to warm water, that would be
Warm
fine.
water will help. Obviously, not cold water or cold drinks.
Hmm.
Warm water or buttermilk or just cumin water also I prefer. I tell many of my patients to just tell 50 ml in the whole meal,
Okay.
divided in the whole meal. Yeah, not
Hmm.
more than that.
Okay. Fine. Fine. And common things like mixing fruit and milk
Hmm.
together.
Yeah, yeah. Fruit and milk comes under Viruddhahara. So there are a set of incompatible combinations, which, if it's taken once or twice, it's not a problem. If you are
Hmm.
taking it every day, then it will cause
Okay.
problems. There are so many idiopathic diseases according to allopathic, which are called idiopathic. They know there's no cause.
Yeah.
But in Ayurveda, we tell, consistent stress and consistent eating such
Wrong combination.
incompatible combinations can cause eczema,
Uh,
psoriasis, autoimmune
mm,
diseases mostly.
mm,
So, fruit and milk, fruit and yogurt,
mm,
or for example, fish and milk, fish
mm,
and yogurt, marinating the meat in curds.
mm.
All this comes under the category of viruddhahara or
Oh,
incompatible food,
okay. Mm.
incompatible food.
Oh,
So it should not be taken every day. That's the point.
yeah, fine.
Once
Once in a while,
or
if you are
twice,
doing,
yeah,
yeah,
once or twice will not harm you. And
yeah.
if you're exercising daily, if you're having warm meals and meals with good fat, it's not going to affect you very soon. But people on low carb diets, people who don't take ghee and don't exercise, this is
Mm-hmm.
called the drying condition in Ayurveda.
Oh, yeah.
So if these kind of people indulge in Viruddhahara, that will lead to skin diseases and other autoimmune kind of diseases.
Okay, okay. Hmm. And what about Panchakarma? Is it just like a detox, like everyone can do? What is your view on detox, first of all?
See, detox, panchakarma is there's no English equivalent word for it, unfortunately. So that's why it's called detoxification. We call it biopurification.
Okay.
Okay, it's like a genetic when it's not just a gut cleanse. We
Hmm.
cleanse the entire body from at the cellular genetic level.
Hmm.
And panchakarma is not a massage.
Hmm.
Panchakarma are the five major procedures called Vamana Virechana Nasya Basti, where so in a medical kind of a setup, purgation or vomiting is induced. So this is panchakarma, not just massage or shirodhara.
Yeah.
So and again it comes with the set of indications and contraindications as every other procedure.
Okay, okay. So it's not like you can simply go and get Panchakarma done. Like I get patients to tell
Hmm.
that I want to Panchakarma. I tell no,
Panchakarma.
it's not Panchakarma. I'm not an
Yeah,
Ayurvedic practitioner.
yeah. No, if they listen to the rules of panchakarma, they're not going to agree for it.
Yeah.
I am an MD in
Okay.
panchakarma. I don't have a panchakarma setup here in Bangalore because I don't get patients who listen to the rules of it, because it's 7 days of eating ganji, and you cannot travel, you cannot get exposed to cold air. There are a lot of rules in panchakarma which has to be followed.
Hmm.
If it's not followed, it results in a dangerous side effects of the procedure. So if you want to go and get a massage done, it's fine.
Yeah.
But a proper panchakarma, it needs rules. And what happens with people, people want shortcuts.
Yes,
And the
yes.
doctors at the other end also want quick money.
Hmm.
So this kind of a inappropriate behavior of both the patients and the doctors has resulted in so
Exactly.
many
Hmm.
shortcut kind of this one.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
think
shortcut
it's
kind of a problem.
like, yeah, they think like it's like a servicing. You
Correct.
just eat all the
Huh.
junk and then go detox. Just say patients, it
It
doesn't work like that.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So, like, as patients, as consumers, also, I would tell be a little more patient. Don't ask for quick fixes. Don't ask for you get what you ask for.
Yes, exactly.
There are a lot of patients who come to me with previous Ayurvedic, doctors' experiences. Oh, they gave this for 3 months. They gave this. They advised me this. They advised me that. No, it's also because you asked for it.
Yes,
They didn't tell
exactly.
me all. Yeah, they didn't tell. Most of the patients, what complain. Oh, my previous Ayurvedic doctor or previous allopathic doctor didn't ask me to do so much of patya.
Mm.
Patya is what you have to eat and not eat during when you're deceased. I'm
Okay.
like, if they would have told you all of these rules and regulations, probably you wouldn't have gone back to
Yes,
them,
exactly.
because you'll tell, this doctor is very strict.
Yeah.
That's the complaint I
And
get. Yes, I am strict.
yes,
I
yes.
will
They
ask you
want
to
it to be
do.
fixed only through
Correct,
medicines, like
correct,
shortcuts. They want shortcuts.
correct. Yeah, it's also how the consumers ask,
Yes,
patients
yes.
ask for the doctors. But people who come to me know that I will tell all these strict restrictions.
Yeah.
They know that before because they've heard it through another patient, they heard it through the Instagram. So they know how I work, and only I would tell I attract only such patients who can listen to me.
Yes,
I don't want to see 100 patients every day.
exactly. Hmm.
I would want to see patients who actually can listen to me.
Yeah. When I was in a naturopathy setup, also I used to say, people used to tell that, put me on fasting. I
Yeah.
want to lose weight.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it for weight loss, please
Please
don't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not for weight loss. It's not for weight loss.
Yes.
Definitely.
It is
Because
not
when you are away from the fasting again, when you come back to a normal diet, if you're if you have the tendency to binge eat, or if you are mentally not well, again you are going to binge eat at the end of the day, because you've not solved the root cause of why you are binge eating.
Yes.
It might be due to some stress or some unhealed trauma. So we have to go to the root cause. And I think patrons have to be a little more patient with
Yes.
respect to
Yes.
it. You literally get what you ask for. So
Exactly.
you have to be intelligent if you want a really good doctor.
Yes, and patients who are looking for quick fixes like this every now and then, and that shows that all these naturopathy Ayurveda is not for them.
Correct.
Because
And that's why all these reels are also popular, no?
yeah,
That's why, like, you see, go and see my profile. It's like, hardly a few views compared to
exactly,
all
yes,
these,
yeah,
reels. Yeah. So it is what majority people are asking for
yes.
also.
We put out educating content. When we
Correct.
put educate, they don't want. They want
Nobody
quick
wants
fix.
to see it.
Yes,
Everybody wants entertainment. This one. So as a consumer, I feel like people have to be a little more intelligent
yes,
and aware, and it's our duty to explain that, guys, this is this.
yeah. There'll be like 10 days, lose 10 kgs. They'll have
Yeah,
a lot of views,
lot
and
of
that's
views.
just a gimmick.
Correct, correct.
Obviously, nothing is going to help. And what are your views on drinking warm water and honey in the morning to lose weight?
See, honey and hot water should not be mixed.
Hmm.
So, the way Ayurveda has told to drink honey and water is you boil the water and allow it to cool.
Hmm.
And when it reaches room temperature, you mix a teaspoon of honey and have it.
Hmm.
This is called Madhudaka in
Okay.
Ayurveda, and it helps for weight loss definitely, but you have to take it only in this way. You cannot mix warm water
Yeah.
and honey and
And apart from
drink
that,
it.
there would be other dietary
Ah,
restrictions
there is-
also, which they should be
yes,
following.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Just honey water will
It's
not.
going to actually increase their weight if they just drink
Yeah,
honey
yeah, yeah,
apart from all their
definitely.
lazy schedule.
Exactly, exactly. So you have to follow this along with all the other set
When
of
you consider Ayurvedic practice like taking a drink, you should also
other
practice other rules
practices of
of
Ayurveda
Ayurveda.
also.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
only then it gives you the benefit.
Benefits, correct.
Yes,
Correct.
and one more question is about Chavanprash. I get this whenever I talk about improving gut health to have good immunity. First thing I get asked is to improve immunity, can we have Chavanprash?
Chyawanprash. Again, it's same thing as ashwagandha and shilajit. This has many herbs in it. 30 to 40 herbs it has if it's prepared properly, and it has ghee, mishri, honey, everything.
Mm.
So when it's such a heavy preparation, your gut must be able to digest it and absorb it.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's of a waste. It will add to the inflammation. If you have cold, cough, constipation, IBS kind of situations,
Mm.
then avoid it. Even if it's the winter, you avoid it.
Okay.
Because Chyawanprash is famous to be taken in winters, right? So only if you're healthy, if you have absolutely no symptoms, you can take it only in winters, because it's a very, it's a very
Easy.
heating. Yeah, it's very heating. So, and you have to make sure that your other part of the diet is not contributing to this heat.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to balance
Yes.
it.
Exactly. So all these practices, you need to know if it is right actually for you, and are you getting from the right source.
Sources,
Just by
correct.
seeing one reel, if you're practicing it, don't do it. And there are many people who simply keep telling because they don't have any knowledge. For
Correct.
example, when we take Ashgard itself, there are a lot of big personalities also speaking about Ashgard, and
Yeah.
they mentioned that in Ayurveda it is told that.
Correct, correct,
Yeah.
correct. I'm like, please come and show where in which textbook it is. It's not
Yeah,
there.
whenever you mention the word Ayurveda, it's not like it.
It should come from a credible source. See, if something is to be called from Ayurveda, it has to be from a textbook of Ayurveda.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes.
But it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So don't fall for all of these. Consult a doctor. It's as easy,
Easy as that.
It has become so easy to connect with a doctor
Yeah, yeah. Especially in
nowadays.
this digital age,
Yeah.
it's very easy to connect
And
with a
also
doctor.
because we are living in India,
Yeah,
it's actually
yeah,
like just a street across we find a doctor.
yeah, yeah.
It's
4
not that
doctors.
difficult.
We'll find 4 doctors in a street.
Yeah.
Very easy to connect.
Yes, for people
Yeah,
abroad, definitely it is difficult, so they'll connect online and get some tips which
yeah,
you can do at home.
correct.
But for people in India, it's not at all a problem. So please
Yeah.
consult. So now we'll take few questions. I think we've covered topics, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, first thing is if all things are good, they are healthy, then what can they do, or what, any maintenance medicine or herbs for them?
See, if your all health parameters are good, just not in the blood reports, even you're feeling good, I would tell you don't need any herbs.
Mm.
You just need your abhyanga in the morning. Abhyanga is like self application of oil.
Mm.
You can do nasya. Nasya is also again, putting 2 drops of anutaila or sesame oil into your nostril. So this kind of a maintenance you can do without herbs.
Mm.
Just the self application of sesame based oil or a particular type of the body oil according to the season or according to the prakriti of a person. So these two aspects I always tell all of my patients to do. I in fact promote it on my page also, self application of oil and yeah.
Mm.
So this sleeping early, waking up early, having meals only when you're hungry and just not
Yeah.
overstuffing yourself. These kind of practices are enough to maintain your health.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. There's no special herb
No
required.
herb is needed. No herb is needed.
Yes. And yeah, each day if we drink different type of juice or kada, is it fine?
No, it's not fine according to me.
Yeah.
Why would you need it?
Yeah. Until
That's the thing.
unless you're prescribed or
Correct.
you have some problem, then
Yeah,
you should
yeah.
not take. You can just follow like eating a healthy diet,
Correct.
balanced diet, and as you said, all the practices.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
Make sure whatever you're eating is getting digested before your next meal. You keep a 4-hour gap and you don't eat every 2 hours. So this kind of maintenance, exercise,
yeah.
going on a
It
walk.
also includes teas like blue pea tea or hibiscus tea. It also has to be taken like not every day.
Yeah, see, for example, hibiscus tea, it cannot be taken by someone who has low BP or someone who's trying for pregnancy.
Okay.
Okay. So this kind of when not to take information is also important, I feel.
Yeah. So
Because
that is why it's better to avoid unnecessary additions to our diet, because
For
we
example,
don't know like.
blue pea tea also, it's very good. I do recommend many of my patients, and even I put out on Instagram also recently that you can have it if you have very bad PMS symptoms like a lot of bad back pain and mood swings before your cycle, 1 week before your cycle. Take it only for that 1 week, because it's again Shankapushpi or that blue pea tea is cooling. It might cause a sinusitis or might trigger a running nose without you knowing what is the cause of it.
Okay, when you're having certain condition, take it like some
Take
dosage, like 1 week
it on
of
some
duration.
dosage. Take it. I'll tell take it only for a week. Or if you have a lot of insomnia like sleeplessness, take it only for a week or 15 days. There are better, like for example, if you do like foot massage for a
Yeah.
good sleep, that's better than drinking a blue
Yeah.
pea tea. And much safer. You can do it every day.
Yes, exactly. Instead of thinking about just consuming all the time,
Yeah.
whatever problem happens, first thing they'll be searching what to consume.
Yeah.
Instead of that, you can just
Do a
practice
little
some
bit of lifestyle
exercises.
changes as
Yeah,
well.
or some changes in your lifestyle. Yeah, Gauri Mukesh is also asked about Arjun Chal powder.
Arjun Chal is again a herb mentioned for hypertension and heart related health, but again you have to take it
It's the same
in a
like
certain
all
way.
other
It's
herbs.
the same like other herbs. It has to be taken with milk, like a specific milk decoction in a prepared in a specific way, and then only it's beneficial. Otherwise, it's not beneficial.
Yes. And also, Gauri Mukesh is asked that she's taking 2 tablets of Triphala every Saturday.
That's what. Why would you take it? That's important.
Yeah, exactly. When your stools are correct,
But
when
if your stools are already correct, then why would you take it?
yeah,
If your stools are not correct, then
yes.
consult.
And also you said that if you take it too much, like unnecessarily, it might cause constipation also.
It will dry up your mucus of the gut and cause more constipation.
Unnecessary herbs are not like, just like how you don't take unnecessary medicines, allopathy medicines, right?
It's the
You
same.
don't have any problem, you don't take medicine.
Don't take it.
Same
Yeah.
with Ayurveda.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The conclusion is our gut should be healthy. We should avoid all diseases. We should have a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because we say prevention is better than cure. If you're taking medicine before the disease happened, then that doesn't apply, right? So you should always look for prevention. Any other things like tea or coffee? What is your view on tea or coffee?
Like normal chai? Tea or coffee? You mean?
Normal every day we drink tea, coffee in the morning.
You should not drink it empty stomach. Like people tell, oh, I drink water and then I drink tea,
Yeah.
or they tell I have tea with 2 biscuits. So this kind of practice is not good. It will cause gastritis or gut-related issues. It might cause IBS also. So, tea or coffee before 8 or 9 o'clock is not at all healthy. But if you're already kind of addicted to it, I would say first change the timing of it. Have it after your breakfast, 1 hour after your breakfast, or have it at 4 p.m. Having 1 cup of coffee or tea will not harm you. But if you're having it empty stomach, or if you're kind of addicted to it, then it will cause problems.
Yeah, but does these are they mentioned in Ayurveda with
No, no,
benefits
no.
or?
No. Tea or coffee is not mentioned.
Yeah, I think it came much later to
It
India.
came much later.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's also a herb. Like if you take it too much, definitely it is also going to harm you. It's the
Harm you,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also the tea and coffee, what we get commonly has so much of mold and preservatives in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
To buy from a good source and avoid black coffee and black tea, I would tell.
Yeah, and
Because
also when you're drinking it, accept that it is a habit and don't think like it's a medicine.
yeah, you have to accept that it's going to cause problems if you're going to
Yeah,
drink a
yeah.
lot of it. So somewhere this acceptance that you're doing it wrong also helps to break through the
Occasionally
addiction.
take tea, coffee, that is
Yeah,
different. But if you're
yeah. It
consuming it
doesn't have
every
any
day,
benefits in it, but
yeah. They think
yeah.
that black coffee drinking every
Yeah.
day is very
Black coffee is
beneficial.
like the new medicine
Yeah,
now. Like,
everyone's
everybody
speaking about
black
coffee for
coffee.
liver health, for
Yeah.
brain
Black coffee
development.
can trigger if you have dry skin, dry hair, if you're
Yeah.
feeling a lot of dryness in the body, like dry constipation, bloating, anxiety, palpitations. Even a single cup of
Black
black
coffee.
coffee can worsen it a lot.
Yeah. Now people are thinking adding milk to coffee is bad and they're switching on to black coffee.
Yeah. I would tell have normal coffee than black coffee.
Because they are seen on the internet that you're
Yeah.
making poison by adding milk and all that nonsense. Yeah. And they have asked that any suggestions for prostate cure. Like I think he's talking about prostate enlargement.
Yeah, again, depends on the cause. I mean, depends on the age factor, depends on what kind of cure. Like, matlab, prostate is just the name of the gland. So, what
Yeah.
is the disease? And probably you're talking about enlargement. So, I think it's better to take a consult.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Because
it's
this is a
always
full-blown disease, right?
yeah.
See, the way diseases are treated in Ayurveda, we see the causative factor. We see how it is evolved, like how the disease pattern has grown from zero to today's condition.
Yeah.
And then we explain, and then we see the treatment protocol of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think it's better to take a consult
Yes. There might
who
be
has experience in
other
treating such
there may
diseases.
be other some diseases associated
Correct.
with that. So
Exactly.
if they give you some random suggestions, it might worsen your other condition too.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
would happen. Yeah. Preparation of Arjun chal decoction. Yeah, as she said, when you don't
It's
mix
not,
that
you
herb
don't
itself,
need herbs like that unless specified. And it has to be taken only for a certain amount of duration. I feel like, giving out wrong information can just
yeah.
be misused. So that's why I'm really careful when giving out all
And
these
when you
things.
see benefits, if you Google benefits of a simple mustard or jeera
Yeah,
for that matter, you'll get a list of
correct,
benefits. That
correct.
doesn't mean you just drink it every day or
Every
take too
day,
much,
yeah.
right? It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
having its own dosage
Correct.
and when to use everything. That depends.
Yeah.
Google, we just get benefits of every other thing.
Correct. You will find that, Arjun Chal is good for heart health, but what kind of heart disease, like a protective, like cardiotonic. So it is only Arjun Chal is specified only for certain types of heart diseases, not all.
Yeah.
So unnecessary giving out this information might not be beneficial to you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's asking about nasi. I think she's already clear. Like you can do it with sesame
The
oil,
same
right?
oil, or there's the specific oil called Anutaila.
Anutaila, yeah.
Anutaila, good, any good brand you can buy, and you have to lie down and tilt your head a little bit,
Yeah.
and 2 drops on each side of the nostril, and make sure you're spitting out whatever phlegm comes to your throat.
Okay.
You're spitting all of it out. This can be a daily practice for everybody.
Okay, that's great. I think we've covered all, and if we keep further discussing, it will get like according to disease only the
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
will going to come,
yeah.
and that we don't want to answer because generalized solutions
Generalized
cannot
solutions
be.
won't work
Yeah,
for
it
you. I mean,
won't
I know
work.
everybody wants
Yeah,
generalized solutions, but
people
it's
ask
not
for
beneficial
tips.
for you at the end of the
Yes,
day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes. People
I
ask
mean,
for
there
tips.
might be
Tips won't
many
work.
doctors who are giving out such generalized tips because they're forced to,
Mm.
but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's just a
it's
matter of making views or
use,
making
yeah, yeah.
money through that. That's
So
it.
I think we have to
So
be
don't
really,
follow.
doctors have to be a little more ethical. I
Yes,
feel that is very important.
exactly. You also should, as a consumer of that content, you
You
should be
have to be more
aware.
careful. Yeah,
Yeah, you should be more careful, and we should know from where is the source coming.
correct.
Random reel, you don't even see their face. It is just an
Yeah,
auto-generated voice,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't even see their face, but you're believing and using it as a treatment for your problem. So that is not at all worth it. So
Yeah,
don't
like for
compromise
example,
your health.
use social media for awareness, but not for your own treatment.
Treatment. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This I think everybody has
Yeah, you
to
have to
really be aware.
consult at the end to know if it is right
All
for you. Just
right.
blindly don't follow.
Yeah,
Yeah, then I think
absolutely.
we've had a good 45 minutes of discussion.
Yeah, it
And
was nice talking to you, doctor.
yes,
Let's do
thank you
this
so
again.
much for joining
Thank
and
you.
enlightening. First of all, I had these doubts and I cannot conclude. When I'm telling patients, also, I am like, I'm not sure about
Hmm.
it. So I also got that idea now.
Correct.
Thank you so much for enlightening us with all this and making us understand Ayurveda even more better. And I hope people will make Ayurveda as their lifestyle,
Correct.
practice included their lifestyle. At the end, before we end, can you give a few tips? Like you have already mentioned about lifestyle, you said about Nasya. So can you highlight about what kind of food they should eat or anything like that?
During Nasya
No,
or like in
like for general
general
healthy person.
health. General health, I would tell don't eat intermittently. Don't eat once in 2 hours. Eat 2 or 3 times max. Because 3 times is something what I think unconsciously we have all,
Yes,
we are
exactly.
all used to it. So, but actually, India had only
Two
two meals,
meals, yeah.
morning and evening. So, 2 or 3 meals max. Don't eat every 2 hours. And check whether you're eating warm food and freshly made food. That's also important.
Mm.
Check if you're eating something local and seasonal and something not whitewashed, I would tell.
Mm.
And these are the main important things what I feel, cook with the cold pressed oil or like ghee, proper desi ghee.
Mm.
Use a good fat for your food. So these are the main kind of uh,
Yeah. Mm.
general rules I would tell which are applicable.
Yeah. Don't go for any extremes like people tell this is poison. If you eat, you'll get
Yeah,
cancer. No. Or
yeah, yeah.
don't go for these things which tell that these are very beneficial.
Correct.
Just eat it.
One ingredient cannot make or break your health.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, on that note, we'll end the session
We'll
here.
save this live, and
Yeah.
if there are any more questions, you can just drop in the
Yes, you
comments and we'll answer them.
definitely drop comments in the comments. You ask questions, we'll definitely answer.
Yeah.
You can connect
You can
anytime.
connect with any of us,
Yes,
yeah. And then we are there to help
yeah,
you.
definitely. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in on a Sunday morning, and
Yeah.
also
Thank
Doctor,
you
thank
so
you
much.
for taking your time.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me, doctor.
thank you so much. We'll end the session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you.
See you.